Hey everybody, it's Jess and I'm here with another cooking video for you guys. Today I am going to be making a spaghetti squash bake. So right now I'm prepping my spaghetti squash. I won't say that I cut it in half, but I cut it. I am so terrible at cutting like big pieces of squash. That's why I always get my butternut squash already diced, because who ain't got time for that? Me. I really don't. I'm not good at cutting. So what I'm doing right now is I'm preheating my oven to 375 and I'm cleaning out the inside of the squash. I'm going to put a little bit of what am I going to put in here for seasoning? I know you guys are going to ask. I'm going to do a little bit of garlic powder. Let's do a little bit of Italian seasoning and a little bit of, let me get this, smoked paprika, kind of like that. So that's what I'm going to put on the top of it while I cook it in the oven, and then I'll come back and show you guys what I'm going to be using on the inside. After I clean this off, I'll show you guys how this looks seasoned and everything. Okay, so I just lined a pan with some foil and put my spaghetti squash on it, and then I'm just gonna take my garlic powder and season the top part of this. Like I said, you could really omit this step if you wanted to, because when I put the ingredients and stuff in it, it's gonna have, its own flavoring or whatever. That's my oven telling me it's ready. Sorry. Sometimes spices don't do well with me in my left hand. Oh, there we go, much better. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this into the oven, and I'm gonna start off with putting the timer on it for I'll start off by putting the timer on it. There it goes in the oven. Let's see. Let's start off with 30. It's a smaller spaghetti squash, so we'll go from there. You'll know that it's done. It's not going to be like super soft, but you'll be able to flake the spaghetti easily, if that makes sense. Alright, I'm going to start preparing my sauce, and this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using meat grounds. If you want this to be vegan, pick out one that is dairy-free, a vegan wheat crumble. Beyond Meat has one. There's a couple out there. This one does not. It has dairy. See, contains. But I'm trying to get rid of the stuff that I already have in my freezer for my vegan challenge. So I'm going to be using this. You can use a regular sauce if you don't want to use this. Like I said, I'm getting rid of dairy stuff, so this is why I'm using certain things. But I was going to make it with spaghetti sauce. You can do it that way too. And then I have kidney beans and corn. I'm just going to drain both of these. I'm probably going to put like half a can of corn in here, and then I'll reserve the other half for a stir fry with some tofu that I have that's kind of going. So I'm going to put that with some veggies I have in the freezer that have a butter sauce in it or whatever, so I can use that up too. All about still preserving, like eating healthier, but I'm just trying to get rid of some of the stuff before I go on this vegan challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna start cooking this and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so I added all of the ground crumbles, half a thing of the beans, half of the corn, and I did not add the whole amount of the rosé sauce. Right now, I'm just kind of stirring to incorporate it to see if I will need the whole thing. This sauce is really thick. It's not loose like your traditional spaghetti sauce, but I'm hoping that, you know, a little bit of the water from the crumbles will kind of like get it to go, or get it to be a little bit more saucy per se. Does that make sense? A little more saucy. So this is just it combined together right now. I have my heat on a 4, and I think I am just gonna go ahead and add the rest. See how thick it is, you guys? It's like that. So if need be, I'm gonna add some water. I'm just gonna let this cook down for a little bit and see, kind of gauge and see if I need to add water. So I'll be back. Okay, so here's my spaghetti squash. You see I tested that one back there. I cooked it for about 38 minutes. And please excuse what you're about to see me flake, but you want it to be, maybe I need to put that, no. This is gonna be kind of hard, but you want it to be able to do this, like come easily from the skin area. It's just harder to do with this fork size and with one hand. But that's the kind of thing that you want. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get this into spaghetti form and come back. Okay, so I've completely made this into spaghetti. This is cooked. I didn't add any water to it, but I did add seasoning. I added some more garlic powder, some more Italian seasoning, and then a little bit of onion powder in here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'm gonna scoop. I'm gonna start off small, with the amount that I put in there, just because I want to see how much each part can hold, and I'm just mixing it. I kind of want to get that it worked into the filling, or I want the filling. I don't have a I'm sorry, it's Sunday and my mind is like over it. I want to get it worked in, so it's not just the spaghetti sauce or spaghetti squash and it's not mixed in completely, if that makes sense. So I am gonna bake this again, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it with cheese and put it back in the oven for the cheese to melt on top. I know I'm not gonna use all of this, so now I'm trying to figure out another way to incorporate it into something else while still trying to figure out the rest of the food that I have left in there. I do have some sweet potatoes, so I might just cook the sweet potatoes and use this as a filling on the inside of that. I don't know. Alright. So okay, so I got about like this, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a scoop and kind of smooth it over the top, like so. And you guys can use vegan cheese for this to make it vegan. I'm just using what I have on hand in my fridge. So I'm going to be using a little bit of this queso cheese that I have left. So if I had another squash, another small one, it probably would took all of this. Or you could do a larger one, might take more. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of this sauce. I guess I gotta, or this mixture, I guess I gotta kind of figure it out. I do have a veggie slicer that's on the way, so maybe I can slice a potato, sweet potatoes. I have some sweet potatoes over here. Maybe I can slice that up into noodles and then put this over the top and eat it that way. But yeah, so anyway, use a different cheese than I'm just using this because I have it on hand. I'm gonna cover this with the cheese. So, I never turned my oven off, so it's still on 350. I just want the cheese to melt on the top of this. And you can split this up and have it in 2 meals, and 4 meals. Pair it with some green, some kind of green, like a salad or something like that. More than likely, I will be eating this all as 1 meal. Not eating it all, like eating a half for a meal. Does that make sense? Alright, so I'm gonna put this in the oven until my cheese melts, and I'll come back and show you guys the final result. Okay, so here they are, all finished and lovely. So yeah, I just put it back in the oven for maybe about 6 or 7 minutes, if that. And this is what I did with the rest of it. I'm making myself a dip. I just covered it with cheese, and I'm gonna eat it with some tortilla chips. So there's the option, do it that way. Whatever floats your boat. So yeah, until next time, you guys. Bye.